Now then, Matters, it is that time of the week where I stick another episode of Ted Talks, the Ted Hanky podcast, in your eyes, in your ears, and sometimes through your letterbox, because I'm a bit perverted like that, you know what I mean? I don't know where you all live. I do. Anyway, we're going to have another cracking show for you, so strap your lugs back and enjoy. Right, joining me as always is my good mate Mala. Yes, what have you been up to, Maltastic?
All right, Ted. Well, I've been delivering the podcast like you told me to. Well, I know you said you deliver it through the letterboxes, but it's actually me, Ted, in it. You can't deny I'm the grafter in this organisation.
Well, you can operate a BMX better than I can, so your delivery techniques are much more astute.
I've still got the licence that you made me do, when we were 8. And you made me do it. I've still got it. It's class, man. I still use it all the time.
I got a bit excited because I got a laminated machine. Well, I stole it from Thornaby Library.
You did.
I did. And I just started to laminate a load of licences, made our own little gang passes as well. The Graveyard Posse was one of them. And then I progressed that into fake IDs into school, didn't I? Sold them. So not only did we hoodwink our way into the mall using the Teesside tertiary plumber's card, which I created, it also got us lots of flange, didn't it, Mala?
This sounds like a very shit version of Catch Me If You Can.
Yep.
You know, when the lads class at doing stuff like that. Like if there was a British version made in Thornaby, it'd just be me and you on your bedroom floor, using the scissors, and you're like, "Oh, Mala, stop cutting it wongy," and I'm like, "I can't. I've got shaky hands, Ted."
Oh, Mala, you can't cut a fucking picture of Trevor Stephen out of fucking Shoot magazine and use that as your picture.
Well, I'm telling you now, I could.
Yeah, you did look a bit like Trevor Stephen growing up. Yeah, there's a throwback for you, former Everton player. I think he might have played for Tranmere as well. I don't know.
He did, Ted, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right, good. Right, so we'll get cracking with the podcast then. Another wicked. I'm going to try and use some more urban slang.
Ted, you're going to get us banned if you start doing all of that.
This episode of the podcast is penge. Is that a word, isn't it? Penge.
Is that from the Graveyard Posse?
No, we just used to use words like mint, proper class in a glass.
Class in a glass.
Buck as fuck. Like my t-shirt, because that's what I am, if you want to buy one.
Noity bitty. Do you remember that one?
Noity bitty, yeah. When you didn't believe anyone, you'd go, don't it, noity bitty. No one's interested in this, Mala. Let's move on. Right, we're going to have a special episode this week, people. We are going to be talking about the news. We've got some very interesting, newsworthy news articles. Too many newses there I've used in that sentence that have made the news that we're going to talk about and give you the news on the news.
That was 11.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? But before we do that, I want to go through some of my favourite newsreaders. I do, as people know, I have a thing for the weather girls, right? I do like that Lucy Better See Me, who does the national weather and sometimes Marks and Spencer's adverts where she's walking around a farm going, "Ooh, we use organic fruit," and all that type of thing. Have you seen her? She's class, Mala. Long black sort of hair like that, right? She looks like she's like a little bit Italian or something like that.
I thought you meant them two fat birds.
Which ones? Can't say that anymore about women.
The weather girls. That's what they were, man. Hang on a second.
Are you on about the roly-polies from the 80s?
No, the ones that do that song, it's raining men.
It's raining.
Hallelujah.
No, not them, no. Actual weather girls, Lucy Better See Me. And there's a couple of others who I quite like as well. But newsreader-wise, guess who my favourite is?
It's not that lad that's been...
Not Hugh Edwards, no. He's gone down to number 3.
He used to send me letters.
Indeed. No, I like that Lucretia. Have you seen her?
No.
Oh, she's lovely. She does the news on, I think, ITV. She's beautiful.
Ted, right, as you know, I don't watch the news, right? I get all of my information I need about the world from Cheryl, who just stands at the top of the flat steps and she just shouts everything down. And she gets dead upset. She's like, "Yeah, I doubt it. Have you seen the war in Ukraine? I'm not having it." And I think, there must be war still going on in Ukraine.
Quite political for Cheryl, that, isn't it?
She has a few cans, you know what I mean?
Oh, well, yeah, she does like a can of Kestrel, does our Shezza.
Well, she does, aye. Well, aye. But I get most of my news from that or from Facebook.
Do you know what's disappointing, though? You go from, really first-class news readers on the national news to then you go to the regional ones and you think, How have they got this job?
There's a lad on the regional ones, right, who used to be like, I don't even know what his name is. He used to be a weatherman, and now he's like progressed onto a proper newsreader. Really? I think it's like Tide Teens Tonight or whatever. Does that still exist?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I think he's like that lad. And he's like, yeah, you're not pretty enough to be a proper newsreader. You need to be like Anchorman handsome, don't you?
Yeah. I reckon we'd do a good news desk.
I wanted to go on Topless News on Channel 5 ages ago, but they wouldn't let me.
Yeah, as a cameraman.
Well,
well, we've got some very interesting news stories to get our teeth into today. Which one should we start with, Mallow? What do you think?
I like what Cheryl shouted down the other day to me.
Put your cock away.
She does that regular.
Yeah.
Right, no, she said, right, she went, oh, I don't care what you say, Venezuelan president. We're not having Christmas on the 31st of October.
Oh,
that's what
yes.
she said.
This is a very good
it's
news.
True.
Shall I read it out,
Go
man?
on, you read it out,
You've
Ted.
done some printouts for me, and I think this is very good. So, Venezuelan authoritarian president Nicolas Maduro has declared that Christmas will start 3 months early in the country, in a move which some have suggested was made to further his own political goals. Now, surely that's going to piss people off rather than people go, oh, class, he's brought Christmas 3 months earlier. I don't get it.
Well, what about, right, I tell you now, Ted, just think about this. The people at the catalogue club will be absolutely devastated because 3 months, like the kid wants
3 months short.
They want a new pair of Reebok Classics, right? And the mum's like, I doubt it. We have to bring Christmas forward to October because the president, who's just mad as fuck, just went, I'm doing that. How good's to have that sort of power?
Do you know what I like as well? He's quoted here, and I'm going to do his accent as well. So this is by no means meant to be offensive.
It's not racist, that is it, Ted?
I'm very good at Venezuelan accents as well, because I toured Venezuela for a week and a half.
And he used to love that song, Ecuador.
I did, yeah. Ecuador.
There you go.
That was it, wasn't it? Yeah. This is what he said here. The president Nicolas Maduro. He said, "It's a September, and it already smells like Christmas." The 61-year-old said during his weekly television show. He has a weekly television show. It's September, and it already smells like Christmas. So if it smells like if September smells like Christmas like it does in our house, it'll just stink of our Julie's biff. It's the only time I get to stuff more than the turkey at Christmas.
I just think, you're right, that's class. He's off his chops, isn't he? Right, because he's in Venezuela, so he's got access to proper white there, hasn't he? Right, and he's just woke up one morning and he's like, I doubt it, I could do with a couple of parties, loads of slags around at Christmas. Yeah. I tell you what, I'm going to go and tell him, right, it smells like Christmas. That means, because I'm a mad as fuck dictator, we're going to have Christmas early, because I said so.
He's even gone on to say, that's why this year, as a way of paying tribute to you all, and in gratitude to you all, I'm going to decree an early Christmas for October the 1st. October the 1st? October the 1st is the new Christmas of Venezuela.
No, I think it's just for this year.
Oh, is it one-off?
It's like a bonus ball. He's bonus balled a bit of Christmas for him. So but what are the catalogue people going to do? Oh, wait, you haven't thought this through, lad.
Well, a few people have actually commented.
Let's hear it, Ted.
Ine Quevedo, who was a 39-year-old secretary and mother of 2 children, I'd like to have a little look at her. She's put, we are all worried about how we are going to put food on the table. How are we going to pay for the bus, send the children to school, and buy the medicine we needed?
That was a strange accent,
she continues.
She does.
I don't think this will improve our salaries or pay us the aguinaldo, she added, which is referring to Christmas bonuses that workers usually receive at the end of the year. He's doing a scam to get out of paying the aguinaldo, which is Christmas bonus. The minimum wage in Venezuela has not changed since 2022. They get 130 bolivars per month, which is about £2.70.
Pretty much like the UK, then, isn't it?
I think they're a bit worse off than us. But the good thing about Venezuela is they do have better looking flange.
And they have better politicians because he is a cracking dictator. Yeah. I mean, no way. He just declared Christmas in October. You should see what this mad lad is going to do with Halloween. Honestly, stay tuned, folks.
He's got a huge backlog of Easter eggs. He's going to knock him out in January.
Oh, well, yeah, that could be it, you know. He's bought loads of tinsel, and he, like, on the cheap, and he's like, I tell you what, I'm knocking this out.
He fucking crazy bastard. I like him.
He's class,
I like
isn't
him. So Christmas, I imagine if we did that in this country, what would, like, all the shops do, you know, like with the Christmas sales? They'd have to bring them forward, wouldn't they?
That means, right, that basically, because straight after Christmas, they start flocking all the stuff, so that'd be all out. So that means all the summer gear would be in, wouldn't it, for, like, September? They'd be in for, like, November, all the summer gear. So that means lads would be, like, going on the New Year's Eve parties in little Jim King shorts and that.
Do you know what, though, right? I'm all for bringing our Christmas day forward.
I wonder why you are.
And you know why, don't you?
I do, Ted.
Why is that?
Because Ted shares the birthday with Jesus Christ.
I was born on the Christmas day, and I'll be honest with you, I'm fucking sick of getting double presents on Christmas Day. Oh, this one's for Christmas and your birthday. A sock for each. Fuck off.
I don't sound like that, Ted.
No, I want Castle Grayskull and I want a Millennium Falcon. I don't want Castle Grayskull combined.
It gets a card off me, but usually what I do is I buy a normal birthday card, right? Yep. And then on the back I draw Santa.
He does.
So he has to, like, flip it. It's class. I'm saving the environment one at a time. Hey, I'm telling you now, what's that lad's name in Ecuador?
He's called President Nicolas Maduro.
In Venezuela, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Let's all vote for this lad, because I fancy a bit of Christmas early. The year's been crap, now good's happened, let's have an early Christmas.
Yeah, I'm well up for that as well, yeah. And it would be much nicer because in October, the months are a little bit warmer, so I can wear my little nice tight T-shirts rather than going out in a sweater.
And you can scare the shit out of Santa. Ooh.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. That's a good one, that. So that's a news story number 1 covered there, Mala. Let's move quickly on to... shall we stay with a Hispanic theme?
Again, right, I will, only if I can put a caveat in.
Go on then.
Right, can we have a more racist Spanish voice this time?
I can do that, yeah, okay. So this is a good one, and you know a little bit more about this following last week's news story you shared with us, which was a live report of a power tug in the supermarket. If you remember that correctly last week, Mala reported on some skinny bloke getting power wanked off a big lass.
These things happen in Teesside, people.
So, but this is quite relatable. There's a social media craze in Spain where people are encouraged to seek out prospective partners in supermarkets with the help of pineapples has led to some chaotic scenes. What's been happening, Mala? This has been in Bilbao, which is in northern Spain.
Right, so all these crazy Spaniards, right?
Yeah.
They're like, well,
do the voice.
Yeah, I cannot be having this. I'm not getting any food. No, right. So basically, right, they can't afford no internet. So like anybody else who just goes on Tinder and smashes likes until like somebody likes him back and then they get to date them. I've never done that myself, but I've been told that's what happens.
Is that how it works? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Right. And instead of doing that, right, they're like, well, how can we take it back to our roots? So they've been getting pineapples, right, and they place them in the shopping cart, right, and then they turn them around to a certain position, and if someone else has a pineapple and they look at their pineapple, they go, they're gagging for a shag. And basically, like, if you are in a part of the supermarket, it reflects what, like, you would enjoy. So if you've, like, I walk up to a bird, right, and I've got my pineapple turned upside down, and she's got a pineapple turned upside down, and yet she's in the hardware department, and she's got, like, plastic cups and, like, loads of shrink wrap and stuff. I'm like, well, proper kinky, this bird.
Where do I stand on a trolley full of pomegranates?
Probably in the middle, because you'd fall off.
No, does it mean that, I'm game, but watch out, my bum bleeds a little bit?
Possibly.
Like that, yeah.
But when you see these people, right, then now you know that the game, you have to, like, smash your cart into theirs and go, well,
Yeah, I'm not having that. Someone tried that with me in the Morrisons, right? Some silly bastard was coming around the confectionery aisle, wasn't looking, crashed into my trolley, my tomatoes went flying, I panned him out.
Which way did you have your tomatoes going? Did you have your tomatoes as seductively put as 2 balls with a banana as a cock?
No, they were still connected to the vine. They were fresh.
That might be something, I don't know. We'd have to have a look at these rules.
I sparked him out and I had to get escorted out of the supermarket before the police came because I knew the manager and he didn't want me getting in trouble, so he took me out the back, the loading bay.
Did one of them proper professional lads take you out that's dressed like RoboCop even though they're in a supermarket?
Oh, you mean supermarket bouncers?
That's the one, supermarket supermarket bouncers.
Who still wear the armband as well, yet keeps falling down the little skinny arms.
But nowadays they can't do. We were getting off topic. They can't do nowadays, can they? I just run off. Anyway, right, yeah. So they smash of the trolley into it, and they go, "Well, I like you." But I reckon they said, "But what about some like poor old bird who just coincidentally decides she wants some pineapple? Right, sticks it in.
She's going to get her ass knocked in."
And then someone like Randy Bloke's like, "Get in!" Right, and she's in the bakery department, and everyone knows what that means. Do you know what I mean? Straight in the muffin. So, and then he's like, "That smash into her," and he's like, "Well, look at the pineapple."
So there's a couple of rules here that I've noticed in this article.
There's always rules, Ted.
They turn up in a flash mob. Does that mean they get the swing the dicks around in one of the aisles?
A flash mob. They needed that in that shop the other week, didn't they? Where that power tug was happening.
Singletons have been drawn to branches of the supermarket chain where it is claimed they can find romance if they visit between 7 and 8 p.m. and put a pineapple upside down in their trolley. So there's a time frame, Mala. This is the rule: between 7 and 8, pineapple down, knickers down.
Pineapple down in Chinatown, and off they go. Yeah, right, but you know, and I know because I've read this story, right? What's happened here is, what happens is, like, if one of the other supermarkets brings out like a brand product, right, it'll be like, like one of the other supermarkets, like one of them German ones, they'll bring out one that looks exactly the same, don't they?
Well,
but it's the same branding. I bet you that's happened there.
Well, it says here, the craze has gained so much traction that pineapples have apparently become scarce in some stores. Meanwhile, Lidl has reportedly joined the dating game by launching its own campaign to encourage customers to do the same in its stores, but with a watermelon rather than a pineapple, or 2 watermelons if you're a slag.
Right, the watermelons, right? Right, them watermelons will have a day left on them. Don't be brought in, right? And the birds you get in there will be ropey, right? They'll have a day left on them. It's like all the fruit in them socks. Yeah. They'll have a day left because they buy at that end of the market. That's why it's cheap. If you're going to be going and pulling top crop like Bunny, be doing it at a proper supermarket.
I know. Listen, I've seen some of the shoppers in Lidl, and to be honest, I'd rather cut it all in that fucking watermelon and slip it in that.
Well,
probably feels quite nice.
But I wonder, like, Ted, like,
do you know what they've called it though? Before you do it, do you know what they've called it? They've called it La Hora del Amor, which is the hour of love.
Like, I'm not too happy, right, with these Spanish, right, lot. Because in Venezuela, they're fucking up with Christmas. Yeah. And in Spain, instead of using Tinder, they're using upside-down pineapples, you weirdos.
Produce to get laid. I mean, I normally use that to satisfy women, not to actually get them there.
That's it, the pineapple as well. That's going to hurt, that, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, Broadback could take a pineapple.
Take a couple of pineapples, man. She's class. Right. She smuggled before. She knows the game. Right.
She's an illegal pineapple trafficker.
But right, we are Teesside, Ted, and we're proud, right? I'm thinking, what would we be able to do to show that we're game in Teesside? Are you going to go all out and like just stick a big lube Durex in there and walk around the Asdas or whatever, just showing people you lube? Or like, should we like have something more symbolic, like an upside down tin of corned beef with the key removed? Means that you've got the key to me knickers.
Or just go shopping in really provocative clothing like I do. I mean, I've often been seen in supermarkets in very short shorts and a vest, knowing that I am officially flirting with anything I can get my hands on.
Well, that's why you get escorted out of the loading bays.
Hey, you say that, but I once got a poke in Farm Foods.
This sexual activity in supermarkets catching on, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
we were near the garlic breads like that, and this lass said, "Will you reach down there and get me that garlic bread?" So I reached down to get it. She poked me up the arse. I received a poke.
That's a treat, that, like. I don't mind that.
I know, yeah.
Almost worth eating garlic bread for.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ted, that's what they've been up to. The crazy Spaniards.
Yeah. Well, speaking of La Hora del Amor, which is the hour of love, I've found a really interesting news story on Teesside Teesside Live, and it's a cracker. And I'll probably bring up a screenshot of this chap on the board there.
Can you black out his eyes?
Yeah, can you see him there?
Oh, he's classic.
Right, I might get in trouble for this. I don't care. I'll knock him out. Right? The headline is serial dating site conman is back behind bars after more fairy tale frauds. And as you can see, he's an absolute looker there. He's a serious romance fraudster, and he scammed vulnerable women out of thousands of pounds. He's called Raymond MacDonald. We shall call him Stingray from now on.
Stingray.
He was jailed for 4.5 years for sparking up relationships with multiple women and spinning them a web of lies. It came just 7.5 years after he was locked up for similar offences against divorced and widowed women, some from the Teesside area. So he's a serial fucker at this type of stuff, isn't he? But I do like this Teesside Live line, what they've used here, and you don't appreciate grammar like this. It's not used very often, and it says, in their cases, he posed as a high-flying property developer, hoodwinking victims and causing them to lose possessions and even their homes. He tricked victims out of more than $30,000 to fund a lavish lifestyle, splurging on holidays and gambling trips. So he's a serial splurger as well.
So what does he like walking like Tui and be like, wow,
He must do, yeah.
give us a holiday to Alicante, to Venezuela, it's Christmas soon.
Freaking hell.
30 grand, that's hardly enough, lads. I get more than that out of social.
One of the women he was in a false relationship with had even been taken to Dubai by him, where he pretended to marry her in an unlawful ceremony.
Like, I can't believe she didn't realise.
Freaking hell, this guy is an absolute
He's class, man.
hellwith, yeah.
Yeah, Ted, right, I'm telling you now, right, how do you, a property developer, 30 grand, right, what's he doing walking up and down Lanehouse Road in Thornaby going, I'll show you the world, love, you know what I mean?
Well, you could buy 90% of Lanehouse Road for that.
All you need to do is splurge a bit of holiday money on me.
Or fill them full of lies. Like, this is a very good lie, which I think you can relate to, Malik, because you've used a similar sort of tactic. I think it was in the Clock Tower in Stockton, where it says here, Newcastle Crown Court heard MacDonald made contact with the first victim on Tinder last December, and from their first date he began to misrepresent who he was and what he did. He said he was in a special division of the army and trained soldiers from all around the world. What did he train them in?
Look at him.
Out of a Mr. Potato Head. Look at he's up there. Have a look.
I doubt it, mate. Yeah, we're not having that now. Now he is a proper knob. Don't
I've
miss
trained soldiers from all around the world, me. Stick with me, lass, and I'll train your box to accept a big weapon.
Listen, right, don't be a whopper, mate, you know what I mean? Listen, you can, like, we all have a bit of a cheeky, like, tell a bird that we were a footballer or something like that, but don't just start, being an absolute Walter Mitty. If you weren't in the army, you weren't in the... There's nobody looks like that in the army anyway, you whopper. Go on, Ted.
Gosh, I feel sorry for the women he's hoodwinked and splurged on, if I'm honest. But it's not my favourite news story. No. My favourite news story, Mala, again, in Teesside Live, is an absolute belter. And I'm going to share this with you now, okay? And the opening headline just sort of depicts the whole news story. If you... A drug dealer has been jailed after being caught with a Kinder Egg full of crack cocaine in his bottom. He's sticking Kinder Eggs of drugs up his arse.
He was in for a Kinder Surprise, isn't he?
Okay, now he's another Raymond.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm going to say his name. You can read it on Teesside Live. He was stopped by officers on Myrtle Road in Stockton on the morning of February the 18th, so it's a while ago. He's 42. And he was found to be in possession of approximately £150 in cash and a heavily ringing mobile phone. What of his ass?
He has got some cavity, that lad.
Fucking hell, he's like a Russian doll.
Hey, this one, the other one was Stingray. This one's Ringray.
Stingray and Ringray. Two very important news stories there for you there. Oh, here we go. Right. When he was transported to the local police station, a strip search resulted in a Kinder Egg being located between his arse cheeks. The police said inside the egg were 25 wraps of crack cocaine with a street value of approximately £500 and a crazy crocodile. And it was a crazy crocodile.
It was the one that the police chief needed to finish his collection.
That one. It's a rare one. It's the one where he's pulling his pants pants down and mooning. What a silly bugger. I mean, you've got to admire his inventiveness for using not only recycling, plastic that could affect the ozone layer, he's putting it up his arsehole there.
Well, and right, listen, I think he's just a bit confused. So someone was telling him about keistering, and he thought he meant kindering. So that's what he's done there.
Wow.
Instead of just inserting it, he's put it in there. I mean, but listen, right, on the serious side, someone's going to buy that. He's had it up his ass. Some poor smack addict on Hartley Road is going to buy that, aren't they?
We're fucking right out there, yeah.
Well, and they're going to have an extra bit of whatever's been up there. And how did the police find it?
They said they did a strip search on him and it fell out of his ass.
He needs to clench more. Yeah, right, if you need to do something like crunches, lad, if you're watching this.
I mean, if you're going to hide a Kinder Egg full of drugs, put it right up your ass, you know what I mean? Or, pop it in a condom, swallow it, and then just pull it out later on.
But what if you needed to, like, make a sale? Be like, hang on, give me 20 minutes. Yeah, maybe.
I wonder what noise it makes when it plops.
Oh, imagine if it opened inside. Oh, then you'd have a sharp edge. Oh, no, that's not good. No, you mate, be careful with yourself, eh?
Dangerous, that, the silly bugger.
That's meant. Where did he have the 500 quid as well? Was that up his arse?
He had 500 quid under one armpit. I'm joking, I don't know what it says.
And
doesn't even say.
Heavily ringing mobile phone.
It says he has a burner phone and £150 cash up his arse.
Well, class. Right, so what we've got here, right, is that Venezuela and Spain are full of Randy Wrong'uns, right, that make Christmas go what, and we're full of con artist drug dealers who store stuff up their asses and swindle old women out of trips to Disneyland.
Well, he's like a Stockton version of Sticky Vicky, isn't he?
God rest her soul.
Yeah, well, a granddaughter has got the mantle of it now, Sexy Barbara.
Is that what she's called?
Yeah, Sexy Barbara, yeah. If you go to Benidorm, Sticky Vicky's dead now. And she didn't die from anything to do with sticking rather large objects up her vagina.
Pineapples?
She died because she was old. But yeah, she's handed it down now to her granddaughter, Sexy Barbara. And now I went on a stag do to Benidorm and went to watch Sexy Barbara, unbeknowing that I thought I'd take a video of her pulling various objets d'art out of her tuppence, and she pulled a candle out like that, and this like bloke who was topless came over and just lit it like that, and I thought, that's quite cool, like, it wasn't even like a scented one. Well, it was afterwards, yeah.
I bet you it was.
And I forgot. Like the next day, your Julie, she rang me up, going, Ted, what have you been doing last night in Benidorm? I said, well, I'm on a stag do, so some of the lads wanted to go and see Sticky Vicky, and she said, you're out of order. I went, why? She went, you were taking videos, weren't you? I went, how do you know that? She said, because your iPhone's still connected to your iPad, and Deriva, my son Deriva, put his iPad on, and a video came on of a lass pulling a candle out of her fudge.
It's happened to us all, Ted.
So my son Deriva has also seen Sexy Barbara in full fling.
Well, you've got to see that sometime, haven't you? You've got to see what's available. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, tourist attraction.
If that lad had known and seen that before he started with Kinder Eggs, he probably could have got something bigger up there.
I reckon Sexy Barbara could probably do it with, the big massive Easter eggs.
I reckon, like them big ones that you get for kids nowadays, where you crack them open, but they're huge.
A smash egg.
A smash egg. You could have smash egged it up there.
There's a thought. Should we go to Benidorm for Easter?
Let's go to Benidorm for Christmas. It's in Venezuela.
You are all welcome. Oh, class. Right, well, that concludes this week's episode of...
Ted, right, I've got to go. I've just had a quick phone call. You know me, I make a class elf, so I've got to get on the plane now because I've got to be in the grotto. Right, I'll see you later.
See you later, Mala.
I've got to go pick up some Kinder Eggs on the way because he wants me to drop some off for him.
Fair enough.
Right, I'll see you later.
See you, Mala. Mala there off to Venezuela to play the part of a lucky elf for Santa Claus. That's how I am out. It's announced in Venezuela. Right, thank you very much for tuning in. What else have we got coming up? September September the 13th at the Georgian Theatre, which should be tonight if you're watching the podcast on Friday, September the 13th, because that's when it comes out. Still a few tickets left. Great comedians, Mark Nelson, Lauren Patterson, Dean Coughlin. Get yourself on board. Then on Saturday, the 14th of September, Comedy and Curry at the Chapel in Middlesbrough. Tickets are all on jokepit.com. Then, I'm slapping him, September the 18th at the Warehouse Kitchen and Bar, it's quiz night, and I'm doing some quiz questions. It's nearly sold out as well, so give them a call on 01642 054 177 to book a table, win some prizes. It's going to be proper class in that, you know what I mean? And then we've got our comedy night here, the Warehouse Comedy Club with Rob Rouse, TV comedian. You might have seen him on 8 out of 10 Cats. You might have seen him on that Shakespearean sitcom with David Mitchell as well, called Upstart Crow. He's very, very talented, very Bob Mortimer, very Steve Coogan. You're going to love him, so get some tickets for that. And then on October the 20th, it's Ted's Sanctuary of Laughs at the Sanctuary next to Chapel in Middlesbrough as well. Tickets are just £6, and you can come and say hello to me and give us a Frenchie. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Please give the channel a follow, a subscribe, share like mad, and as per usual, up the borough and believe. Yeah.